Saving your first $10,000 is widely considered the hardest milestone in personal finance. Charlie Munger, the legendary investor, famously said that getting your hands on that first big chunk of money is a total grind. But you absolutely have to do it, even if it means walking everywhere and never eating out. Why? Because until you have a critical mass of capital, your money can't work for you. When you have $0, your interest earnings are $0. But once you cross that 5-figure mark, a psychological and mathematical shift happens. Suddenly you aren't just working for money. Your money starts pulling its own weight. Today, we are breaking down the exact operational framework to hit that $10,000 milestone faster than you ever thought possible. We aren't going to talk about generic advice like stop buying lattes or make a budget spreadsheet. We are going to tackle the exact psychological mechanics, structural lifestyle shifts, and income acceleration strategies required to build a $10,000 wall between you and the rest of the world. The psychological first step, the velocity mindset. To save $10,000 quickly, you have to stop thinking about saving as a passive act of restriction. Passive saving is what happens when you tell yourself, I'll just spend less this month and see what's left over. Spoiler alert, nothing is ever left over. Your checking account will always expand to consume your available funds. This is known as Parkinson's law. The demand upon a resource tends to expand to match the supply of the resource. Instead, you need to switch to an active velocity mindset. Velocity is about speed and direction. We need to maximize the gap between what you bring in and what goes out, and then slam that gap directly into a high-yield storage account before your brain even realizes the money is gone. Think of your financial life right now as a bucket. If you want to fill it to the top with $10,000, you have two options. You can either plug the holes at the bottom, or you can pour water in from the top much faster. The most efficient strategy does both simultaneously. Phase plugging the core structural leaks. Let's look at the bottom of the bucket first. Most financial gurus tell you to cut out the small joys, the morning coffee, the occasional dinner with friends, the streaming service you watch every weekend. This is bad advice because it burns you out. It requires constant daily willpower. Willpower is a finite resource. Eventually, you run out of it. You impulse buy a plane ticket or a new tech gadget, and you destroy months of progress. Instead of fighting your willpower on $5 purchases, you need to focus on the macro expenses. These are the fixed costs that drain hundreds of dollars from your account automatically every single month without you making a conscious decision. The first major leak is housing and living arrangements. If you are serious about saving $10,000 fast, your single biggest lever is lowering your rent or mortgage. If you live alone, getting a roommate for just 12 months can instantly cut your housing costs by 30 to 50%. If your rent drops from $1,500 to $900, that is a guaranteed $600 a month back in your pocket. Over a year, that single decision yields $7,200. You are nearly 3/4 of the way to your goal off one structural adjustment. If moving or getting a roommate isn't an option, you have to look at renegotiating your current space or downscaling as soon as your lease is up. The second macro expense is transportation. The average car payment in America is staggering, often pushing past $700 a month when you factor in insurance and fuel. If you are driving a car that requires a massive monthly layout just to sit in your driveway, it is actively anchoring you to zero. Selling a financed vehicle that is draining you and dropping down to a reliable, cash-purchased used vehicle eliminates a massive, fixed obligation. If you don't have a car payment, look at your insurance. Call your provider tomorrow or shop around online. Simply increasing your deductible from $500 to $1,000 can lower your premium significantly, saving you hundreds over the course of the year. The third leak is what I call subscription creep. We sign up for apps, software, gym memberships, and cloud storage, and then completely forget about them. Go through your bank statements for the last 90 days. If you haven't used a service in the last 30 days, cancel it immediately. You can always sign back up later if you genuinely miss it. Eliminating 3 $15 subscriptions saves you over $500 a year with zero impact on your actual quality of life. Phase 2. Optimizing variable expenses without misery. Now let's talk about food and lifestyle. Food is typically the largest variable expense in anyone's budget, and it's where most of your money goes to die through pure convenience. Food delivery apps are financial quicksand. When you order a $15 meal on an app, by the time you add delivery fees, service fees, taxes, and tips, that meal costs $30. You are paying 100% premium for convenience. To build momentum, establish a hard rule: zero food delivery for the duration of your $10,000 sprint. If you want takeout, you have to drive or walk to go pick it up yourself. This simple friction point will naturally cause you to cook at home more often because your brain will weigh the effort of going to get the food against the effort of making something in your kitchen. When it comes to groceries, shop with a strict framework. Never enter a grocery store without a list based on a weekly meal plan. Grocery stores are masterfully designed environments built to trigger impulse purchases. The sensory layout, the end cap displays, the smell of bakery items, everything is engineered to make you spend. Stick to the perimeter of the store where the whole foods, proteins, and produce live. Avoid the inner aisles filled with processed, high-margin box foods that drain your wallet and offer low nutritional velocity. For your social life, stop using spending money as the default setting for hanging out with friends. If the only way you know how to connect with people is over a $75 dinner or a $50 bar tab, your social circle is inadvertently keeping you broke. Switch to host culture. Invite friends over for a potluck, organize a game night, go for a hike, or visit a free local museum. True friends care about your presence, not the price tag of the venue. Phase 3. Pouring more water into the bucket. Income acceleration. Cutting your expenses is fantastic because it builds discipline and patches the leaks. But saving has a natural flaw. You can only cut your expenses down to zero. You cannot go lower than that. Income, on the other hand, has no ceiling. If you want to achieve financial velocity, you must increase the amount of money coming in. First, look at your primary career. The fastest way to make more money is to ask for it or move to a company that will pay it. If you have been at your job for more than a year and have consistently delivered value, prepare a comprehensive list of your achievements, metrics, and contributions. Schedule a meeting with your manager and present a data-driven case for a raise. A modest 5 to 10% raise at your primary job provides pure, unallocated capital that can be swept directly into your savings goals. If a raise isn't on the table immediately, you need to trade your surplus time for surplus capital. This is where the secondary income streams come into play. We are not talking about complex business models that require thousands of dollars in startup capital. We are talking about immediate return activities. Look at digital marketplaces and gig platforms. If you have a specific skill, whether it's graphic design, video editing, copywriting, or bookkeeping, platforms like Upwork and Fiverr allow you to monetize those skills directly. If you dedicate just 2 hours every evening and 4 hours on Saturdays to freelance work at a modest rate of $30 an hour, that is an extra $480 a week before taxes. Over just a few months, that secondary stream can completely take care of your $10,000 goal all on its own. If you don't want to do digital freelancing, leverage physical arbitrage. Look around your living space right now. The average household contains thousands of dollars in unused items. Old electronics, clothes you haven't worn in a year, sports equipment, musical instruments. Take high-quality photos, write detailed descriptions, and list them on online marketplaces. Clearing out your clutter not only creates an immediate cash injection for your savings account, but it also gives you a psychological reset. It teaches you to value space and simplicity over the accumulation of physical objects. Phase 4. Constructing the financial fortress. Once the money starts coming in and the expenses drop, you need to build a structure that prevents you from touching it. If you keep your savings inside your primary checking account, you will fail. Your brain will look at that high balance, perceive you as wealthy, and lower your resistance to impulse purchases. You need to establish an out-of-sight, out-of-mind system. Step 1 is opening a dedicated high-yield savings account at a completely separate bank from where you do your daily checking. Look for an institution that offers a competitive interest rate that outpaces standard traditional brick-and-mortar banks. This does two things. It earns you passive interest income on your growing balance, and it creates a vital psychological barrier. When your savings are at a separate bank, you don't see the balance every time you log in to check if you can afford groceries. It takes 1 to 2 business days to transfer money back to your checking account, creating a necessary buffer that stops impulse transfers. Step 2 is automating the entire process. Do not rely on your memory or your willpower to save money at the end of the month. Set up an automatic transfer through your employer's payroll system or your primary bank account. Every single time your paycheck hits your account, a predetermined percentage or dollar amount should instantly and automatically transfer over to your high-yield savings account. If you never see the money enter your main checking account, you will inherently adapt your lifestyle to live on whatever remains. The milestone mechanics. Tracking and velocity. As you execute this strategy, track your progress visually. Create a simple tracker on your wall or a private document. Celebrate the milestones, hitting $1,000, $2,500, $5,000. The halfway point is where the momentum truly shifts. Once you see $5,000 sitting in an account, your brain realizes that this isn't just a hypothetical concept. It is a tangible reality. You start to protect that balance fiercely. You become less willing to break your streak for temporary consumer goods. Be prepared for the inevitable setback. Somewhere along this journey, your car will need a repair. You will face an unexpected medical bill, or an emergency will arise. When this happens, do not get discouraged or abandon the goal. This is exactly what that money is there for. Using your growing fund to pay for an emergency in cash without relying on high-interest credit cards is a massive financial victory. It means the system worked. You didn't go backwards into debt. You simply paused your forward velocity to handle a real-world issue, and you can now resume building. Stay focused on the long-term objective. Saving your first $10,000 is an intense sprint that builds the financial muscle memory you will use for the rest of your life. The habits you develop during this period, intentional spending, income generation, automation, and psychological discipline, are the exact same skills required to save $100,000, buy real estate, or build a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio. Make the commitment today. Audit your accounts tonight, identify your macro leaks, set up your secondary bank account, and automate your first transfer. The faster you start, the sooner you will experience the incredible peace of mind that comes with having a 5-figure financial wall protecting your life. You've got this. Turn the plan into action, stay consistent, and watch your velocity build. If you found value in this breakdown, and you are ready to commit to hitting your first $10,000 milestone, hit that like button to let me know you're on board. Drop a comment below with your specific savings goal or the biggest leak you're going to plug this week. I read and reply to as many as I can. And if you want more data-driven, practical frameworks to master your money and build real wealth, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Thank you for watching. Stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next video.